for inviting me to join you. A little over a year ago, the Social Action Committee of Adas Israel Congregation held, I should take this off. Sorry. A little over a year ago, the Social Action Committee of Adas Israel Congregation held an educational forum on the Uyghur genocide. About 20 people attended. Out of that meeting, the Uyghur Crisis Response Team was formed, and as Logan said, I am one of the co-chairs. For many of us at that meeting, learning about the human rights abuses being perpetrated by the Chinese government against the Uyghurs hit a deep chord. And as we have learned, it is not just the Uyghurs. There are too many similarities to experiences we have suffered throughout our history for us to turn our heads and ignore what is going on. From the imprisonment in concentration camps to the inability to practice and hand down one's religion and follow one's customs, to the forced separation of families, to medical torture, to the expulsion from one's land, I could go on. Genocide is genocide. And if there is one lesson we have learned from our own experience, silence is not an option. Silence is what allows genocide to happen and to continue. Silence not only allows the human rights abuses to continue, it gives permission to others, individuals, companies, organizations, other governments, to be complicit. We as Jews know this from our own experiences. Today is International Holocaust Remembrance Day. While we remember the Nazi perpetrators, we remember as well those who looked away and in their silence were complicit. Among other things, we remember how, and no matter how much things changed, they remained the same. We remember how in 1936, a time when international censure of the Nazis might have meant something, the International Olympic Committee decided to hold the Olympics in Berlin. But we also know that there is another option. So today we remember the victims, and we also remember those who bravely took action, risking their own life and that of their families to save the lives of others, often the lives of strangers, often the lives of Jews. I do not want to suggest that what we, meaning our small Uyghur crisis rescue team is doing is in any way equivalent to the incredible bravery of those individuals. Yet by their example, they show us the way. They show us the importance of action. It is their example that the members of the Adas Israel Uyghur Crisis Response Team have taken to heart. We have no choice but to speak out and do our best to raise awareness as to what is going on in China. Among the things we've done is participated in a Uyghur Seder that the Jewish World Watch held. We have hosted a member of the Uyghur community to share her story with our congregation. We participate in the Uyghur Wellness Initiative. We hold monthly protests at the embassy, the Chinese embassy, on the fourth Thursday of the month. And so that means that, yes, today I'll be back here at 6 p.m. For our own protest, smaller than this, I believe. Because unlike in 1936, we must protest these genocide Olympics. In addition, we spearheaded a letter to the Biden administration from over 200 rabbis and community letters from over 22 states, urging the administration to do more and to ensure that at least some will ignore the Olympics and boycott them. We're holding a webinar during that period. But we know we must do more. Jewish morning prayers begin with a series of very short blessings. And to be honest, I don't pray every day or every morning, and so I got these from opinion piece that Deborah Lipstadt, the historian and President Biden's nominee to be the U.S. Special Envoy to combat anti-Semitism, wrote for a different context. One of them thanks God for freeing the captive. Another thanks God for opening the eyes of the blind. A third thanks God for allowing us to stand tall and straight. We know that the captives will be free when the eyes of the world are open to the reality of the genocide taking place in China. And then we will all stand tall and straight.